Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to this random video that popped up on my YouTube page. I can't speak. That popped up on my YouTube page. And yeah, this is the man who tried to fake a world record, and never heard about this story. But yeah, that was interesting because he's probably not the only one, but also I think this is related to Rubik's Cubes. And I don't know how you fake a world record with a Rubik's Cube, because you obviously have to show people that you've solved the puzzle and you got all the colors in the right spots. But I don't know, maybe some people do it at home and record and like mess with the numbers, the timer. I don't know. I guess I'll find out if I stop talking and start the video. So let's get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And also, I have never solved a Rubik's Cube in my life. I know there's like different styles or like techniques that you could use, but I never figured that out.
This is Martin Telesforo, and he's about to get banned after just his third Rubik's Cube competition.
Turn it down a little bit.
On a Saturday in May of 2013, coming off of Mats Falk's historic 5.55 Rubik's Cube world record, making him the second person.
Wait, so the timer stops when the cube hits the mat? I don't know. It's my first time. I guess there's competitions. I don't keep up with Rubik's Cube.
On a Saturday in May of 2013, coming off of Mats Falk's historic 5.55 Rubik's Cube.
When did they hit a button? I don't know.
Making him the second person to ever solve a cube in under 6 seconds. The hunt for sub 5 was on. The most anticipated barrier in cube history.
Under 6 seconds.
It was inevitable that one of the top 2 in the world was going to be the first to do it. But unbeknownst to anyone, that was all about to change at Perry Open 2013 in Mexico City. A competition that would forever live in infamy following the...
Dang, not the person that got banned cheating in his own country.
Events of May 25th, 2013. Telesforo had signed up for this competition, having not competed since the year before, where he finished with a 17-second PR, good enough for around, keep going, 20,000th in the world. Martin Telesforo was nowhere near being a world-class solver. I'm not just saying that. His second solve of round 1 was an 18, but it was his first solve at Perry Open 2013 that would change the Rubik's Cube world record forever. At least, Telesforo thought so.
Oh, it's interrupted by an ad.
4.41. The sub 5 barrier had just been shattered by a 17-second solver in his
like, how does it? How are you able to cheat when you're in front of everyone?
The timer said 441. And for all anyone knew, this was 100% real. Even the delegate announced it as an official world record.
Oh, and I'm not even sure if he's Mexican. I assumed, I don't know, but I don't know, he looks Mexican, so that's why I assumed, is he from Mexico? I don't know.
A crowd gathered around the table, and the man himself looked just as stunned as everyone else. And as all great mysteries began, there was, of course, no footage of the solve. More and more people started to hear about Telesforo's 441, and it became abundantly clear that no one wanted to believe it. If it was true, this was a world record that would take at least 5 years for anyone to come close to. Was it even physically possible? Did a man who had never solved a cube in under 15 seconds before this just somehow break the most anticipated barrier in the world record's history? There's something you have to understand about this solve. A 17-second solver like Telesforo turns at an average of 3 to 4 turns per second. The sheer amount of luck needed for a 4.41 at this speed lands us at an 18-move solution. The average solution length from a top-level solver is 55. But 18 isn't impossible. The rule of God's number states that the cube can always be solved in 20 moves or less, no matter how scrambled it is. And there are currently 3 humans in the world who could feasibly do this.
I don't even know how.
An hour or so to find an optimal solution. Just one problem. Martin Telesforo had 15 seconds to look at the cube before starting the timer. If a solution this perfect was even remotely possible, it would not come from someone like Telesforo. He couldn't have just gotten lucky. His solution had to be, at the very least, under God's number, beyond perfection itself. Telesforo would actually go on to show everyone at Perry Open 2013 exactly how he did it. How he had just pulled off the most stunning world record the Rubik's Cube had ever seen. His solution was 35 moves. And this is where things officially start to get odd. At first, the scramble he allegedly got doesn't seem lucky at all, but Telesforo's first 20 moves were perfect. With a little bit of luck along the way in the form of an OLL skip, his solution seemed feasible to be executed in 4.41. In a statement after the competition, Telesforo claimed it was confirmed that my solve was correctly executed and the scramble was correct.
Okay, so how old was he in this clip, and how old is he now in here? Because he looks older, but I just want to know the year difference.
But as impressive as this perfect solution was, that wasn't even the strangest part, as Telesforo would then
Who's
go on
holding his
to
camera?
mention that he made a mistake in the execution and decided to improvise some turns. Yes, the most perfect solve of all time had a mistake. This was both completely nonsensical and conveniently one of the only ways to explain the randomness of his first couple of moves. It was like magic. They follow no distinguishable solving method and are completely illogical, but also genius at the exact same time. Telesforo's
Okay, so those are the different techniques that you can use. Okay.
world record solve can effectively be broken into two parts. The first 20 moves were done in an impossibly optimal way, at least on paper.
Just
When
checking
actually
how close I
attempting
am.
to execute these moves in a speed solve, they are incredibly difficult to do quickly. 21-time world record holder Kevin Hayes tried to beat the 441 with the exact same scramble and solution from the world
Okay,
record.
so
and
you have
after
to press
100
the
tries,
button.
he barely managed to get a 4.34. The second part of the solve gave it an easily spammable and fast finish, but the fact that all 6 faces of the cube are turned during these first 20 moves of the solution made people extremely skeptical of Telesforo's ability to have actually pulled this off. And there were of course skeptics, but also eyewitnesses, people who claimed to have actually seen the solve happen in real time. After all, there had to be a
Wait, but don't they always record these competitions? Like, how do they not have video? Like, slow it down or whatever. That's what I'm confused about.
judge to sign off on the legitimacy of the solve in the first place, right? Well, Ernesto Mendoza Dimas, a highly respected figure in the community, insisted he was 2 feet away from the man when it happened, sitting in this chair right here. But this video of the aftermath, which also shows the delegate, Ruiz, celebrating Telesforo's world record, quickly became the main catalyst for some extreme suspicion. It's here where we arrive at one of the only feasible ways he could have actually pulled this off. You see, Telesforo said he...
Is like, don't you need like official people there to report that it's a world record? Like, wasn't he at a competition too? Like, weren't there judges or something? I don't know. And you don't have video?
remembered scrambling for a 2x2 round, but only competed in 3x3 and had no involvement in the scrambling for it. That alone isn't nearly enough to prove anything. But then came a much more troubling detail. This video shows Telesforo posing with the timer, but just feet away was a scrambling table highly exposed to competitors without proper concealing of any sort. Maybe, just maybe, Telesforo had access to the computer-generated scrambles beforehand, allowing him to create an optimal solution that looked just real enough to be believable. But apparently, not believable enough. The community was in complete denial that this could have possibly happened. It had to be fake or the result of a timer malfunction, displaying the time as a 4.41 when in reality it was much slower. 121-time world record holder Felix Zemdeg simply put it bluntly that having a world record holder whose second best time is 15 seconds would seriously undermine the credibility of the WCA. The community was divided. There were plenty of people who believed Telesforo's world record was simply a result of insane luck, but a 4.41 world record was daunting either way. It would take years for anyone to ever come close. Telesforo remained unwavering in his claim to the world record, and when confronted by the World Cube Association 6 days after the record, Telesforo confirmed his 35-move solution. This left the WCA in a difficult position because they didn't actually have any evidence to prove that the solve didn't happen, only shaky evidence that it did. Telesforo repeatedly argued that they were simply looking for a reason to invalidate his world record without actually considering the full story. It had been 13 days since the competition, and the WCA had to make a decision. All evidence pointed to the fact that Telesforo's solve was possible. Incredibly unlikely by all means, but possible. He continued to stand...
And he also made a mistake. So, I feel like making a mistake would add time to your process, but he made a mistake and still beat the record.
Confirm, and no one who competed at Paris Open 2013, not a single person, ever came forward about this world record being blatantly fake. But finally, on June 7th, 2013, an official decision was made about the incident at Paris Open 2013. After examining both Telesforo's miracle solution and the situation as a whole, the World Cube Association determined that his solve was simply too perfect. Either he had the scramble sequences before the round, or he used a software device during the round. Reinforcing the strangeness of his solution, it wasn't reminiscent of any solving method and lacked a logical flow. Telesforo's solution was so perfect that it made no sense at all. The WCA ended up disqualifying not only the 4.41, but...
Wait, what? Okay, so when I started watching this video, I thought, I thought he was cheating. I thought they would be able to prove it. I thought by the end of this video there'd be evidence or something. So like that's why I said not him cheating in his own country, but there is no proof. Like there's no evidence, so that's what they came up with. Like they couldn't come up with a better solution or a better reason for why they thought he was cheating. That's their that's their reason. So did he? Now I don't even know if he cheated or not, because that's what they came up with without evidence. So like it's really possible that he could have not cheated, and I'm confused.
But every single result from the competition as a whole. Though there were multiple people at the competition who confirmed the world record and claimed to have seen it happen,
Yeah.
the WCA still decided to disqualify the result. The Perry Open 20...
That's why I was like, there's no video of him cheating. Like they couldn't like zoom in or watch what he was doing. Like I see that they have cameras there, but no one like examined the video. Like they didn't see what he was doing at the competition, if they're like accusing him of doing the other stuff. And the witnesses there never came out and said he was lying, because like they're part of the competition too, so wouldn't they come out and say he was lying if like he took a spot over someone else? But that never happened. So your reason is that his execution was too perfect, and maybe he was doing something that he shouldn't have been doing, but you have no evidence. Okay, so now I'm on his side. Like, what? Unless there's more of the video that I haven't seen.
2013 incident case ended with Telesforo receiving a 2-year ban due to dishonesty of the competitor and attempted exploitation of the WCA. Martin Telesforo seemingly disappeared from the community and has not competed since. He quickly became a legend in the South American cubing community, and the situation as a whole came to be known as El Feo, or the Ugly, a day that changed the history of the Rubik's Cube world record forever, and then was completely erased just days later. On the extremely slim chance Telesforo did somehow pull off this solve, and has been telling the truth the whole time, this might just be the craziest miracle in cubing history. And if the ruling was correct and he did fake the solve, imagine if his solution was just a little bit more believable. Getting lucky is not a crime. A perfect solution that was just a little too perfect. It would also be perfect if you took a half second to press the white button right there below the video. Yeah, that one right there.
Subscribe,
that would
yo.
fulfill my hopes and dreams, so please do that. And anyway, besides that...
But yeah, that's crazy, because even him, I don't know his name, like even in the end of his video, he was like, if it really happened, then like the judges messed up, and if it didn't happen, then whatever he said, you heard it. But yeah, that's crazy. Like if it really happened, then how are you gonna ban him and like shame him for actually beating a record? Like you also don't know, and you're confused like everyone else, but that's the solution you came up with just because it seems too perfect to be, like too good to be true. That's weird. Like I thought there was gonna be like video evidence of proving him cheating or something, but they're just making accusations that they can't prove. That's weird. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.